Now we review Bring Her Back. It's a scary movie. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen 2025's A24 production of Bring Her Back. Wow. I mean, right out the gate, this movie tips you off that there is something really sinister going on by showing you some cult footage of some kind of a horror, demonic cult ritual. Exactly what is going on, you don't know, but that's the thing that they're throwing you into. And I have to admit that this being an A24 movie, A24 is always known for its slow burn premise, and I hate slow burn movies. I really do. I mean, I think that if you're making any scene, that scene should be what's the word? That scene should be entertaining. So, a lot of their movies I like, a lot of their movies are just too slow for me. But A24 is known for being a company that really pleases the audience. There's kind of an A24 fandom. So, yeah, I almost wish that, now I see why they do these slow burn movies, because the review would have hit so much harder if that hadn't been a thing. But anyway, so once you get past the weird cult thing, you see two siblings. There's the son and the adopted daughter. The adopted daughter has vision problems, and their mother has passed away. Their father dies in a rather gruesome manner in the early parts of the film, and they're sent into foster care with a strange woman and her son, okay? Her son appears to have some kind of autism or mental deficiency. Something is particularly wrong with him. He's the kind of person that shouldn't be ever unsupervised because he does rather gory things to himself. So yes. And to others. But you've got the brother who, he's mentally damaged by discovering his father's corpse. And he's very protective of his adopted sister. But he's 17, he's about to become 18. His thing is he wants to move out, take care of his sister, and be done with it. And they're essentially brought in by an ex-social worker who has, mental problems and this son. And right away, they're trying to split him up. The mental or the child services, I believe this takes place in England, trying to split them up. And by trying to split them up, the brother's like, no, I want to take care of my sister. And the entire time, this adoptive mother figure is just being weird and doing strange things. And, she is just, fighting to kind of get the male figure out. I mean, sometimes she's kind and loving and supportive, and sometimes she's just overly overbearing and always pressing against this guy. And for a while there, you kind of like her character, then you really hate her character. And then, she kind of has her redemption, and you understand her character. And what you see in this particular film is the two characters are essentially reflections of each other. One is a person trying to take care of their family. Another person is a person trying to take care of their family. And it's the extremes to which they go to, and the level of acceptance they have that define them. And this is an incredible thing. And another thing about this movie, it is, for having a low body count, is it gory. It is a gory film. There is a scene where somebody bites into a wooden table, and it's just teeth are coming out, blood's everywhere. Oh dear. And just this particular film, the gore is very well done and believable. You know, you look at the gore in this film and you're like, okay, there's like one part where I'll be like, okay, that's dumb. But the rest of it's like, yeah, I 100% get what's going on here. The gore is very palpable. I believed every second of it. In terms of its gore factor, there are some more gore-related points that I might have said, look, dude, that's not... They may have done that for filming reasons because of the media they were working with. But yeah, look. Bring Her Back is the kind of film that is going to stay with you. It is a haunting, chilling narrative with a supernatural flavor to it. I mean, if this film were a sundae, okay, the ice cream would essentially be family drama. And then the chocolate syrup on top would be the supernatural elements. So the supernatural elements are, I mean, they could almost be cut out of the movie. You could almost make this movie without any supernatural elements whatsoever. But, they are... I mean, look, vanilla ice cream is good in and of its own, is it not? So, yes, a family drama like this, without blood, guts, and gore, if you had just created a brother who's a little overprotective of his sister, a mother grieving for the loss of her daughter, and trying to replace her with this adopted daughter, trying to bring this adoptive daughter into her family, and sort of the tug of war between these two parts. This could have been a movie in and of itself, a vanilla ice cream movie. And I mean, again, I don't mind vanilla ice cream, but just like the psychotic son character is like adding walnuts into that, or almonds. And then the supernatural elements are very much the chocolate syrup, and then the gore might be the cherry on top of the sundae. It's just, this is what this movie is. It is a real treat of a film for the gorehound, but not only for the gorehound, but also for, someone who enjoys well-made movies. So yeah, I mean, they say that the main actress is partially blind. She's not really blind. She really has a condition that lent itself to the film so that they didn't have to use special effects for that, which is an excellent thing. But yeah, I have to admit that Bring Her Back, top-notch film. Okay, I would definitely recommend it. This belongs at the top of your watch list. It's not necessarily a must-watch film because, I mean, I wouldn't say watch this with your grandma. I do understand that. The moniker must-watch film is, it's like, if you're sitting down with the family, it's like you are less connected with our culture in a profound way if you do not see this particular film. Okay, that the film is iconic in its nature. A must-watch is one step below iconic. This film will not be iconic. It is simply a very good film. It will likely have some kind of an influence on horror films in the future. Although I have to say that there's nothing terribly unique about this film. It's just very well done. I would put it in the same category as films like The Whale. Because The Whale, despite being a family drama, was in its own right body horror. The extreme level of obesity expressed in The Whale. And my big criticism for The Whale, of course, was that they didn't go far enough. This was a character you didn't believe he was sick because he didn't have the marks of sickness. Whereas Bring Her Back goes all the way. I look at these and I think, yes, this makes sense. So yeah, Bring Her Back is definitely, it's a high watch list film. It's not quite a must watch because of the graphic nature of the media. Will certainly put off certain parties. And the realism, I mean, this will traumatize people. Right? It's like they said with the original Alien, don't watch this movie, you'll throw up. And I watch this movie and I go, You know, a 5-minute conversation with my sister is more nauseating than the movie Alien. Bring Her Back is at least a little more nauseating than the movie Alien. All right, anyway, so that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours down in the comments below. I, of course, am Richard.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Fred the Facehugger, and I'd like to point out that this world isn't a nice place. But you know who's trying to make it a nice place? The owner of this channel, yes. The owner of this channel does things like pay for ocean cleanup, and have trees planted, and even feed orphans in an orphanage in Mexico. Yes, it's a real thing, I'm not kidding. I may be a face-hugging alien from a horror movie, but I'm not a liar. Anyway, when you comment, like, and subscribe, you're supporting that better world, and whereas it may not make a big difference, it may be the difference between one more tree planted, one more pound of trash out of the ocean, or one child not going hungry tonight. So, think about it. Shouldn't you comment? Shouldn't you like? Shouldn't you subscribe? I certainly would if I were you. I'm Fred.